That is a crazy train. There is a special exhibit on right now at the Bata Shoe Museum in Toronto called Marco Sassone, His Boots and Other Works. And the world-renowned mastermind himself, knighted Italian artist Marco Sassone, whose works have hung in the homes of Sophia Lorenzo, Luciano Pavarotti, among many others. We're honored to have you here this morning. Thank you so much.
Pleasure to be back.
And
yes.
Surrounded by your beautiful
and, we have a couple of paintings,
Yeah. We'll talk about those in the exhibit coming up, but I want to talk about your history because it's an amazing one, which started in Florence so many years ago. There was severe flooding at that time that forced you to leave.
In 1966, we had the Great Flood of Florence. 4th November, I remember the date as well. We had 18 feet of water where I was living, and that put the city under stress. I worked on the street to recover artworks.
Yeah, did you have a studio that you lost several pieces?
I was working in the house. Unfortunately, I was at the 4th floor, so everything was okay. Following that, then I began my travels that eventually brought me to the States in California. But at the beginning I was in Greece, France, England for 6 months.
And then love brought you to Toronto.
And then my wife brought me to Toronto. I met her in 2003 in San Francisco. She was the director of the gallery, Pasquale Iannetti Gallery in San Francisco. She brought me to Toronto because she is Russian-Canadian.
Well, and we're honored to have you here. Such a world-renowned artist. Back to your California days, we've got a picture. Tina Turner actually was at one of your. Was this a gallery event?
Yes, she came to my opening 1978 in Beverly Hills. And I met her there. We had a fun time. You can see from the picture.
and so she bought one of your pieces?
Yes.
One of many celebrities that own your work.
Yes, Pavarotti, Ella Fitzgerald bought a painting of the 70s. This was all during the 70s in California.
And in the 80s, you were knighted, as I mentioned off the top, you were knighted by the Italian president.
1982, I was caught by surprise. I was really humbled by this experience. I received the knighthood from the President of Italy.
You're kind of a big deal, and it's a big deal to have your works at the Bata Museum. Let's take a look at some of these first. Some that were sent. Of course, the Bata Museum, world-famous shoe museum, so that is the theme here.
Yeah, it's a show completely unique in its, because, you know, the theme is shoes, and but for me it was an organic progress almost. Shoes, you know, it's what protects us from the cold and from the heat, and then it deals with my theme of traveling.
Yeah, they reflect a journey.
Yes, they reflect a journey, departure and arrival. So I incorporate them into my own paintings of tracks, because that's what I paint in Toronto. This picture has a homeless with his own boots.
That's another thing that you explored while in San Francisco.
Yeah, the social aspect, and especially the 4 years that I spent in San Francisco, practically on the streets.
Yeah.
I met these real people that were living there.
And captured it on canvas.
Captured on canvas. The show started in San Francisco, traveled to Los Angeles, and then to Florence, Italy, in the Church of Santa Croce, which was a real, a great show there.
Tell me about the pieces with this.
These two paintings that we have here, this one is a 92 paintings. It's called Big City Birds. Basically, you have a background of a city, in this case is San Francisco.
Stunning.
With the foreground of birds, you know, almost trying to recapture the landscape.
What's this one called? Beautiful Slice of Italy?
This one is a Madonna, Venice. It's one of those street shrines. The sacred, you know, is part of life in Italy.
How many pieces are at the Bata Museum?
10. 9 new paintings and one from 1991.
Okay. If for our celebrities watching who want to own a Sassone, who reps you in Toronto?
Berenson Fine Art on Avenue Road in Toronto. That represents me in Canada.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is just amazing, and of course we can enjoy it with the admission price at the Bata Museum to see your incredible works. So it's on through September 5th, rather. His Boots and Other Works. Marco Sassone, real honor to have you here on Morning Live. Thank you so much for sharing your masterpieces.
Thank you so much.
All right, we are back with more Morning Live after this fast break.